Hi everyone, this is Matt Miller from MillerTime Fitness and LiveFit.net with a quick holiday PSA. Yes, a quick public service announcement that your holiday can be both delicious and healthy. How do you do that? This is not going to be recipes. This is going to be little things that you can change in your recipes to make things a little bit healthier. Just so you know that they're out there, and hopefully you'll have just enough time to still slip in some of these healthier options. So something to think about. And if you watch us at all or know us, you know that we love our fitness, absolutely, but we also love our nutrition. Wellness in general is important to us, and that means everything across the board. Now, I think it's pretty clear to tell between the two of us who loves their fitness, wellness, and nutrition the most. That would be Joe, but it's very important to me as well. Nevertheless, she is amazing, she is determined, she's focused, and she's always on point with her nutrition. But it's not because she doesn't want to have goodies and treats and be able to eat things. It's because she is really focused on her health, and she has a gene that is very dangerous, the breast cancer gene. So she wants to be always on point and always making sure that she's doing the right thing for her long-term health. And that means not just working out and exercising, but watching her nutrition across the board. I, meanwhile, do enjoy cooking, and I love to be able to bring to her things that she wouldn't get otherwise. That means seeking out healthy cookies and treats and pies and things like that occasionally, so that she at least sometimes can have a little treat as well. And that means stuff that's at least grass-fed, often non-dairy, no gluten, no sugar, and no hidden surprises. Be aware, you'll often find supposedly healthy foods that have sugars tucked in there where you don't think they are. So just keep an eye out for that. And these are a few tips and tricks that we use to provide Joe with healthy treats around the holidays. Check it out, and we hope you enjoy. Let's talk about what you're going to eat. There's a lot of different things that are often eaten around this time, Thanksgiving or Christmas. Even something as simple as cranberry jelly. A lot of people just go to the store, get it from the can, crank it open, plop it on the plate in that weird little gelatin jiggly ball. That's fine if you want a lot of sugar. But if you want to take the cranberry, which is naturally a sour fruit, and turn it into something that's sweet and delicious and healthy and a great little side, it's not hard at all to make that jelly. So you get a bag of cranberries, you boil them, and then you use an alternative sweetener, such as the Kanto, which it's actually a brand, such as monkfruit, or something like Swerve, which is an erythritol. So this is a sugar alcohol. If sugar alcohols bother you, go with the monkfruit. They come in a lot of different styles. So this is a Swerve brown sugar. This is a La Kanto powdered sugar. And there's a lot of straight, regular, granular versions of these as well. Not to mention some liquid versions. So you take your cranberries, you boil them, you get your gelatin, you mix a little gelatin and water, and replace one for one any of these options with the sugar that would be called for in a normal recipe. Easy to look up. It's only a couple of minutes to make, and then you just let it set. But you've just replaced all the calories from a cup or two of sugar with an alternative that is, in the case of monk fruit especially, it's actually an antioxidant as well. So it's straight up good for you. You can do this. Brown sugar alternatives are great for like chocolate chip cookies as well. And there's now Lily's. We actually have in our local Food Lion, they carry Lily's milk chocolate, which is wonderful, and they are all stevia based. So no hidden sugar in those chocolate chips, which you will find a lot. So if you're looking at healthy chocolate chips, be aware of that. Those are a couple of options for sweeteners. So I just mentioned milk chocolate. Let's say you're avoiding dairy. There are a lot of things that you can do with that too. A big one and very easy is just coconut milk, coconut cream. Here are a couple of options. Organic coconut creams. These you can replace also 1-to-1 for whipping creams, heavy creams, anything like that. Sometimes there's a little taste of coconut, but if it's in something like you're making a pumpkin pie, you won't notice it at all. Instead of the dairy, if you're doing any kind of elimination diet and you want to try to stick with it, you can eliminate dairy and still have your pumpkin pie by swapping it out with that coconut. Speaking of pumpkin pie, I don't have an example of this here, but a very simple but amazing crust for pumpkin pie or for cheesecakes, key lime pie, pumpkin cheesecake is just butter and ground up pecans or ground up walnuts with, again, a little bit of that alternative sweetener that I mentioned earlier. So if you look for these recipes, walnut crust, pecan crust, you're just using butter. You want to use grass-fed, but butter, ground walnuts or pecans, or a blend, and whatever they call for in sugar, replaced with that alternative. Comes out amazing, and these are great for, like I said, pumpkin pies and cheesecakes, key lime pies, anything like that. I mention all of these because I plan to make those in the next couple days. If you are going to be using dairy of some sort, let's just talk real quick. For instance, a cheesecake, what kind of dairy? So you can get grass-fed cream cheese, grass-fed heavy whipping cream, great to make homemade Cool Whip, and grass-fed half and half for your coffee or whatever else you use that for. But these grass-fed options actually are important, especially when you're talking about fats. Cream cheese and heavy whipping cream are both high in fat. And one of the biggest differences about grass-fed beef, grass-fed milk is the type of fats. So grass-fed beef, grass-fed milk has much more of the healthy fats that you actually want to have in your diet than regular milk. So in addition to it generally being leaner, more vitamins and minerals, it also has a lot more of the omegas that you want in your diet. And so if we're going to be having cream, you want something that's got the right kinds of fat as much as possible. So grass-fed all the way. These are not terribly hard to find. Wegmans has them, Mom's or Whole Foods. These are all places that have this stuff. So you can make your cheesecake or your pumpkin cheesecake with that. Easy homemade whipped cream to go on top with the heavy whipping cream. Make sure if you're going to eat dairy, use grass-fed. And then finally, one last thing that sort of I realized I have been using lately, cassava flour or cassava flour. I have no idea how to say that. This stuff I've been using for other kinds of pie doughs, such as apple pie. It makes a really, really nice and very, very similar apple pie to your regular flour. In the past, I've used coconut and almond flour, and they have a different texture. This doesn't have that different texture. This also, I keep on hand in place of cornstarch. This is wonderful stuff. Again, you can get it almost anywhere. You can order it from Amazon. If you're going to make your gravy, normally you would add cornstarch. Add cassava flour instead. You end up with a gluten-free gravy. Same thing with chili or anything else that you're going to use cornstarch in. You can replace it with this, and it'll soak up and thicken just like you would expect and like you want to see. So use this stuff, get away from the gluten, and healthy up your holiday. If you like this or you find it helpful, please like and subscribe. Comment down below. I'd love to hear any other things that you guys use or your experience with any of the stuff that I've suggested. Thanks so much. Take care and happy holidays.